Hello everyone. In this video, we are continuing with the previous question paper, that is 2023. Some of the questions we had discussed in the previous video, and that it is continued with the next further question, that is the sixth one. The two categories of software are, here four options are given, that one is the system software, another is the application software. This is the answer. So here we have two types of the softwares, that system as well as application. First of all, what do you mean by the software? Software is nothing but a collection of programs. Then program is set of instructions written to the computer to perform the particular task. So here, multiple programs which are meant for the particular task all together by collecting, we can say the software here, which is meant for the particular task. Then here, before diving into this software classifications and all in detail, we have other options. First one, word processing and spreadsheet. These are the application softwares. So word processing, it is for the documentation purpose, and spreadsheet, it is for the calculation purpose. All we can get in the MS Office. These are the components of the MS Office. And Windows and Mac OS, these are the name of the operating systems themselves. And then here we have a transaction and application. It is also one of the application program. Here we have a types of software, system software as well as application software. System software, as the name itself, it is giving the identity which is dedicated for the computer system. Means the software, it will be written for the hardware part of the computer system and which are meant for the predefined task. They cannot be applied in the different fields. Application software, as the name itself, it is giving the identity application to apply for the different fields, that any user who knows about the programming language, that they can develop their own software for the different fields. That is called as the application software here. So here we have this application software is developed by the end users, whereas system softwares are developed by the developers. So further, system software can be classified into the operating system as well as language processors. So operating system is a platform which enable the user to develop their own programs, as well as by installing the softwares, they can run the programs within those softwares. So example for operating systems are the Linux, Windows and all. These are the platforms. Without installation of the operating system, we cannot work in the computer system. The computer system itself, it will be starting its work after by installing the operating system. Because unless installation of the operating system, it is just an electronic device. If we want to say it is a computer system, it should be installed with the operating system. Then next here we have a language preprocessor and device driver. Language processor and device driver. So language processors are nothing but translators, which are translating high level language to the respective machine level languages, conversion programs. So here we have two types of the conversion programs we can notice. Actually here we have three types: interpreter, compiler as well as assembler. So these are the conversion programs which are converting the high level language to the respective machine level language. So interpreter, it will be converting step by step conversion from high level to low level. It comes under the interpreter. Whereas compiler also doing the same task, but conversion, it is the whole program. It will be converting whole program at a time from high level language to low level language. So here we have these are the language processors. And along with that, we have a device drivers. Device drivers means for particular task, there will be the some other software installation it will comes. Like here we have a graphic. For designing purpose and all, we can go for one of the graphic driver here. And for the video purpose, we have to install one of the video driver. For audio purpose, we have a audio driver. Like this here, some of the softwares are meant for the particular predefined task for the particular computer system. Those are coming under the device drivers. Means for different devices, it will be written here. And then comes to the application software. In application software, again, we have two types here: general purpose as well as customized software. So general purpose software means these are the ready-made application programs which are developed here, and these programs are used in the different fields. And for the same purpose, that actually usage of these applications for the same purpose, as per the requirement of their work, task, and all, they will be using. Here, they are not going to modify anything. So here, one more, we have a customized softwares. Customized means these are developed by the user as per the requirement for the particular organization. Developed and used by the users itself. And here it is developed by particular software company and all. It will be used wide-wise everywhere in all the fields. That is general purpose, and this is customized as per the requirement of the user. These are the different classification of the softwares we can notice. So basically here we have a difference between the system software and application software. System software are mainly designed for managing the system resources. So system resources are nothing but a different components of the systems. It may be of the memory, it may be of the processor, it may be of the register, it may be of the code, for transistors, everything, whatever the hardware part of the computer system it is there, for that predefined programs will be written. Those are called as system softwares. Then application softwares are designed to accomplish tasks for a specific purpose. Means here we have a users, they will be developing their own software as per the requirement for the specific task. These are for the application purpose, and these are dedicated and these are non-dedicated. Then programming of system software is complex. Programming of the application software, it is very easy. Even though we are expert in the particular programming language, it is very difficult to understand the code which is written for the software here. And then we have a computer cannot run without system software. Means here installation of the operating system is must and should to work as a computer system. But here computer can easily run without application software. Means without application software, the system software it will be running, because this is the platform which makes the other programs to run. But other application programs cannot run without this platform. And here this is the independent, only one system software, that is operating system, is sufficient to work in the system. And this one, here it is a dependent. Without system software, application cannot work here. These are the genuine differences between system and application softwares we can notice. The next comes, what does the acronym ISP stands for? ISP, Internet Service Provider. So internet cannot owned with any of the person here, any of the particular organization or any of the authority. Nobody is owing the internet. That the internet service, it will be provided by some of the organizations, some of the companies. So which companies are providing and maintaining that internet service, those are called as the internet service provider. So in computer networks, an ISP, Internet Service Provider, is a company that provides individuals and organizations with access to the internet. They will be giving the internet connection for the individuals as well as organizations. They offer various connection methods like a cable, DSL, fiber optics, and wireless. Here we have a wired and wireless connection. Everything it will be provided by the service provider, and may also provide related services. Along with the internet connection, they will be providing the additional services like email accounts and web hosting. So here we have a ISP, Internet Service Providers. They will be giving the internet connection for the individuals as well as organizations. Nobody is owing the internet. And next question, the ones complement of binary number 101010. The complement. Complement means we are converting. The conversion of 1 to 0 and 0 to 1 it will comes. Wherever there is a 1, we have to replace with a 0. Wherever there is a 0, we have to replace with the 1. So here we have a, in digital electronics, the ones complement of the binary number is obtained by inverting all its bits. Zeros becomes ones and ones becomes 0. Invert in the sense inversion, that opposite values. Binary, by means 2. It is allowed only two values here, 0 as well as 1. The two's complement, this is of the one's complement here. If you need to find out the two's complement of this particular, maybe the question it is instead of one's, two's complement of the binary number. In that case, we need, first step, we have to convert that given number into the inversion, that is the one's complement. For this one's complement output, we have to add with the 1. Then what is the result it will comes? That is the 2's complement. Now here we have a 1's complement of 101010 is this much. And for this 1's complement, we are adding 1 plus 1. Then here we have a 1 plus 1 binary addition. That is 0 and 1 carry it will comes. So 1 plus 0, that will be 1 here. And then 1, 0, 1, 0. So this is the 2's complement. Here you can notice for 2's complement, the result is here. This is 1's complement and this is 2's complement. Maybe in the next exam, you may get that 2's complement of the particular number here. The next question comes, which of the following uses the spawn mechanism to duplicate itself? Spawn mechanism in the sense replication. So here the four options, all the four optional values, that is Trojan horse, worm, keystroke logger, and logic bomb. All these are called as a malware functions. Malware in the sense malicious warehouse. Malicious warehouse. So malicious means bad intention programs. They will be giving, causing some harm, disaster, or some threat to the computer system. Main objective of these programs to do some harm to the system here. That's what these are called as a malware. Malicious. Where means it is a warehouse where we have a collection of all together that bad intention programs, that viruses, normally we can call as a viruses. These viruses are called as a malwares because all are meant for the same, for the bad intention itself. So here we have an answer for this replication. Answer for this is a worm. So here we have a span mechanism in the context of computer worms refers to the self-replication process. It is a self-replication where the worm creates an exact duplicate of itself within the computer's memory, enabling rapid spread and infection. So the computer worm is a stand-alone malware program. It is a stand-alone, means worm, it may not come from the internet, from the downloaded program and all. So here it is a standalone malware program that replicates once it is entered into the system. Maybe it will be entering when we are using some pen drives or we are taking the files from outside. It may enter the computer system here. Once it is entered into the computer system, itself that replicates itself to spread to other computers, often using a computer network and exploiting security vulnerabilities. Just we have an internet connection, it is there. Otherwise, we are using some external devices for the transfer of the files that it will enters into the system and there it will be creating, it will be starting its bad intention work. So the answer for this one, it is a worm here. And here we have other options, Trojan horse, keystroke logger, and logic bomb. So Trojan horse means that when we are installing some of the software from internet and all, we feel it is a very useful software and that will be downloading and will install. Once we install that software, it will keep quiet for certain time and after that it will start its work. That for user, it feels it is a very useful program. It is one of the legitimate program, but the intention of the program, it will be very bad here. That is a Trojan horse. And one more, we have a logic bomb. Logic bomb means it is not downloading as a software. When we are downloading something, along with that in the nested form, it will comes to the system. Along with the software, along with the file which we are downloading, this it will enters into the computer system and up to certain event, it will keep quiet. That once the required event it is fired means it will start its work to give the bad effect for the computer. And like that, we have a keystroke logger. It is one of the hardware or software threat. Here what it will do, that user when he'll be using his keyboard and all, that keys how he'll be using, that movement of the key finger and all, it will be recorded here, sending to the hacker. And when it is sending the information, that hacker by receiving those information, they will be identifying the confidential information like password, username and all, then hacker will start their work. So these are the different types of the threats here. First one, we have a Trojan horse, is a type of malware that downloads into the computer, disguised as a legitimate program, appears to be a harmless. Initially, it will be harmless. Once installed, the Trojan can take control of your computer and cause harm to your data or network. And the next one is a logic bomb, is a type of malicious code embedded in software that remains dormant until specific conditions are met. When triggered, a logic bomb virus executes a destructive action such as deleting files or disrupting a critical systems. So here the logic bomb, it will be waiting until to occur some event, then when it is triggered, that event is occurred, the automatic execution of this it will be taking and it will create the harm to the system here. The next one is a keylogger or keystroke. Logger or keyboard capturing is a form of malware or hardware that keeps track of and records your keystrokes. Means the movement of your finger and how the key it will be pressed, everything it will be recorded as you type. It takes to the information and sends it to the hacker using a command and control server. The particular server it will be there, that is the command and control. Through this, it will be sending to the hacker and hacker will be proceeding uh, with his work. So these are the different malware functions. The next question, to move to the bottom of a document while working in Microsoft Word, which key it is used. So you should be aware about the shortcut keys of the Microsoft Word, Excel, the different application programs here. So here we have a control. This is a wrong answer. Notice this one, end key. It is not end and home. It is used to move the cursor in the same line. In the same line to take your cursor. Suppose now here somewhere I am working. So at the end of the line, I need to take my cursor in the text. Suppose here it is a cursor. I need the cursor point at the end of the line. Then I have to say end. Home means in the same line, it will comes at the beginning. So in order to move at the end of the document means maybe our document, it is of the 1 page, 2 page, 3 page. At the end of the document, after completion of the entire text, you need to take your key, control end it is required. This is the right answer for this one. This is the right answer. And this is the wrong answer. So control end to take your cursor to the end of the page. And like that only control home, it will brings at the beginning of the page. Like this here, some of the shortcut keys are noticed here. List of the shortcut keys. This is only for the navigation shortcut keys to navigate the cursor within the document working area. So home, control home, page down, page up to move the page up and down, control F to find here, and control page down to go to the next page. Like this, here we have a different control G to go to the specific page. The page number you have to give and it will takes your cursor to the particular page. So these are the some shortcut keys. Along with these, you have to notice some other shortcut keys also, that is within text editing and all, control C, control B, copy, paste and all. Then next we have a integrated circuit chips used in computers are made with a silicon. Integrated IC, integrated circuit, it will comes under the digital computer. So computer architecture. An integrated circuit commonly called a chip. It is one of the chip here, which is nested with, which is embedded with the transistors. Chip is made up of a semiconductor material called silicon. Silicon. it is called as a silicon here. IC, it is called as a silicon, and it is made up with the silicon itself. The next question is, integrated circuit chips used in computer are made with a silicon. So IC is made with the silicon. That silicon is nothing but a semiconductor material. Semiconductor material itself, it is called as a silicon here. An integrated circuit, commonly called a chip, is made out of a semiconductor material called silicon, in which small electronic components called transistors are formed within a silicon and then wired together with interconnect connects layered on top of the silicon surface. So here we have a IC is made up with the semiconductor materials, and these semiconductor materials also are called as silicons, and this silicon is embedded with the transistors, and these transistors are formed within the silicon and they are wired together with the interconnected layers layered on the top of the silicon surface. That interconnected layers, they will be layered on the top of the silicon surface here. So the answer for this one is the silicon, that is C. Then binary system is also called as a base 2 system. So binary, pi means 2, which are the numbers 0 as well as 1. So when it is a binary, that base it will be 2. When base it is 2, then we have to use only, suppose now here we have a base it is 2 means less than 2 we have to take the value for this. How many values are allowed? Base is 2, that's what 0 as well as 1. Only 2 values are allowed. If the base it is 8 here, then it is called as a octal number. When the base it is 8, how many values are allowed? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up to 7 it is allowed here. If the base it is decimal, for decimal we have a values from 0 to it is allowed 9. Up to 9 it is allowed. So if it is a hexadecimal, values allowed are from 0 to it is allowed up to 15. So here we have a base 2 less than 2, 0, 1 it will comes. Base 8, it is less than 8, up to 7 it will be taking the values. And if it is a base 10, the values allowed are 0 to 9. And if it is a hexadecimal, the base it will be of the 16. When it is a 16, 0 to 15 values are allowed. Total number of values allowed are the 16, but it will starts with a 0 up to 15 it will takes. So here we have a, this is binary and this is octal, and this one it is a decimal and this one it is a hexadecimal. So binary system is also called a base 2 system because it is allowed only 2 values and base it will be 2. And octal system it is called as a base 8 system, and decimal value it is a base 10, hexadecimal it is a base 16. So this is how we can specify the different bases here. Then now here in this we have a binary system is a way of representing data using zeros and ones. This system is used by computers to represent all the data. It works with the zeros as well as ones. So here we have a different numbers which are starting from the 0 itself. So base 2, base 8, base 10 as well as base 16. So answer for this one, it is a base 2 system. Next question is, what is backup? The backup means here we have a copying of files to save data from original source to another destination. So here we have a some of the softwares will be installing in the computer system. Later again, if any problem it is arised in the software, to reinstall that one, we'll store one more copy of that one in the D drive or E drive other than that of the C. When we are installing any of the software, by default, it will goes to the C drive. And its duplicated copy we are storing in the other drives, that it is called as a backup. It may be in the other drive or it may be in the external devices also. Dedicated copy of that software, otherwise that file will be saving in the different, other than its source location, in different location we are saving it, we are storing. And when any problem it is occurred in that installed software, we can get it from the hard disk or wherever it is stored. So here we have a backup refers to the process of creating copies of the data to protect it from loss or damage. This process involves storing the copies in a separate location, either on the same computer or on the external device, so that the data can be restored if the original data is lost due to events like hardware failure, software corruption, accidental deletion, or cyber attacks. Means in order to reuse that installed software or the file, which it is very important that we have to store it as a backup. In such cases, we can retrieve that one from the backup and we can go for the implementation. So I hope it is clear to you. Today we had discussed some 6 to 7 questions, and remaining questions I'll continue in the next class.